Was unable to join us tonight. Hey guys, we're gonna start this over. This is the Team Up Monday Night Call. My name's Kathy Crockett, and I just wanted to welcome everyone. Terry's not with us tonight. They had a little crazy weather in Dallas, so she does not have power. But she hollered at me and said, "Hey, can you just punt and let's go for it and host the call?" And so, of course, I was more than happy to do so. I'm very honored to be with you guys. And tonight we have a special guest, Stuart, CEO of the Juice Plus Company. She's been the CEO of our company for about a year and has just brought so much leadership and so much vision to where we're going. And so it was really exciting that we have a recording from her tonight that we can listen to just to hear more from her for her vision. I've heard her speak a few times, and every time I listen to her speak, it just gets me more and more excited about where we are as a company. So Kathy, why don't we go ahead and roll Stuart, and then we'll continue on the call in just a little bit.
Hey everybody, Stuart here. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so apologetic that I am not there. I totally screwed up my schedule. I had said yes to Terry, and I was so excited to come to Dallas and spend some time with you guys, hug some necks, meet some new people, eat some great food, hang out. But I made the mistake of not looking at my family calendar, and it's the same weekend as my daughter's parent weekend at University of Georgia. And I actually would have been on year 3 of missing it if I had missed this year. And she rarely asked me for much, as you would imagine, other than money, as you would also imagine, being a junior in college. But she actually asked that I make this one. So I couldn't say no. I'm so sorry that you guys are at the receiving end of that decision, but please know that I am no less committed to you, and I am very sorry. But you know, enough about me. This is an exciting time for you guys. It's going to be an amazing meeting. You know, Terry asked me to send some thoughts. And as I was thinking about what is it that I wanted you guys to know, there's a lot, but I'm going to steal something from Terry herself, which is live a life of possibilities. You know, I think it's almost been a year since I've been at Juice Plus, which is quite amazing that it's gone that fast. And thank you so much for each one of you welcoming me and teaching me and forgiving me and guiding me, all those things. But to live a life of possibilities, I mean, I think actually that should be maybe the Juice Plus mantra. We have so much possibility, so many possibilities out there that we could seize. You know, it's been, as I look back, an amazing year, but it's been a year full of kind of strife and conflict and change and modernization and failures and successes. But I think all of that is necessary for us to move to the next chapter, which to me continues to be about getting the Juice Plus mission of inspiring healthy living around the world to more people or more places more often. I'll stop and put a pin in that for a minute, because I recognize that we have to also make sure, and we're not totally there yet, that we fix the basics. We've reduced the hassles, the IT, the call center, all those things. Those things continue to sort of bubble up. I get honestly a little bit frustrated by them. And I know that you're like shaking your head saying you get frustrated. Well, we get even more frustrated, but know that it's on our radar. And we have redeployed more people, more teams to try to just knock those things down, because it's holding us back to the opportunity for these incredible level products that change people's lives. I say both the health and the wealth of people's lives. We know the longevity of these products. We know how well they work and can change people's lives. So for us, it's about fixing the basics, making sure that we support you better, not give you as much stuff to overwhelm you. And, you know, I think if we fast forward and 3 to 5 years, I'd love to see double the number of partners that we have today at each position, rising through the ranks. Hopefully the compensation model changes. We've seen some shoots of hope and some strong performance and new promotions at a great rate. And so hopefully that will help. We also, you know, need to make sure that we continue to work on our innovations. You know, Perform was a good launch. It wasn't a great launch. It was a great launch for what it was, but it is it's more of a niche product. But I want to see us do things more with the core. We know more than ever that people are concerned about their health and their wellness. And we also know more than ever that I think people are, you know, either defaulting back into their old patterns and maybe not eating and exercising and living as holistically as we need them to, or maybe they've really turned the page and we could be a convenient plant-based solution for them that's going to change their lives and the lives of their loved ones. So you're going to see more of us from the portfolio perspective around some innovation, continued innovation on the shake line. We're going to really try to do innovation on how we approach and reward our customers through loyalty, through recognition, through better merchandise, all of those things. And then, how do we better support you guys? How do we give you the tools to make your life easier? Give the tools to help you guys go out and have new news to share, more things to sell, and hopefully to, get more people on the team. I'm also excited about the thought that we can do, in addition to our amazing sort of what I call standard process of building customers and building partner teams, that we can also have a different path. I think Sean has talked to many of you guys about it, and we talked about it a little bit in St. Louis about what I call the customer only path. There are people out there like myself who would be great Juice Plus reps who maybe don't need, don't have the time or don't have the skills, or even maybe don't even want to build a team, but they know a lot of people and they can get out there. So, we've got to make sure that we make it easy for us to connect in those networks and be rewarded and be part of this great community. Which leads me to another thing, the community. The community of Juice Plus is one of the primary reasons that I started in this job. And I'm so delighted to have people getting back together again, sharing those communities. And it brings to bear the thought that we need to do a better job about telling big communities, macro communities, and micro communities about Juice Plus. What does it mean to them? What's the behavior? What's the solution? Why do I need or take Juice Plus? Or why do I love Juice Plus today? And who are those people that I share that community with? We need to do a better job of understanding where they are, getting our message out to them, connecting them with more people like us. It can be young moms. It can be yoga enthusiasts. It can be someone just trying to turn a page to a better place in their health journal. So, I think we're doing a lot of work. I'm very excited about what I'm calling the rebrand, which is the refresh of the brand, the new look and feel. We are going to do some messaging that's going to help you guys, telling more people in more overt ways, beyond just you guys and word of mouth, about the power of the business opportunity, the power of the portfolio, and the power of the community. So more to come probably this summer. I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to really help bolster, some of the innovation and some of the opportunity, and get the word out and help people post-COVID make the sale, make the connection, because I do believe a lot of people have sort of lost the sense of adventure in terms of, I'm gonna just go find somebody new, or I'm gonna call my neighbor, or I'm gonna stop someone in the grocery store, because COVID's made us a little weird. So I'm hoping we can help promote that on. And the other thing is we continue to work on our sustainability stance. We've done some good diagnostics. We have a lot of improvement there, so more to come there. And I think as part of the rebranding that we should have, should we be looking at refillable glass packaging? That's not this year, but it's not 10 years away, because I know that I have my Juice Plus capsule sitting on my cabinet, reminding me every day to take them. I take them, I double my dose. Thank you, Dr. Mitra Ray, for guiding me there. It's made a huge difference. But, if we had a beautiful package that looked great on anybody's counter that reminded them that was refillable, I think, and it was sustainable, I think that's going to help us sort of drive interaction, drive connection. And so it's also about the people that work at the Juice Plus company. We've been through a little bit of change. I know change is sometimes hard, but it's all with the eye to give you guys the team that you deserve, the capabilities that you need. And so I'm very grateful for the patience that you guys have expressed there. But ultimately, it's about taking this great product and this great community and you guys to the next frontier of whatever it is that it means to you that you want to dream about. So you should expect from us in the next year or so for us to go back more to the basics, fix the things that are driving you crazy, especially on IT and the call center, having better communications coming from the Juice Plus company about the brand, about the product, about the opportunity, about the communities. Better data. We are very close on the mobile app. I've seen the prototype, and I actually think that by the time we get to Anaheim, it may be ready for prime time. Don't tell anybody that, but it's that close. And I think that's going to be a huge step change for a mobile first business, and helps us get around some of the back end things that are driving us bananas. And help us be more modern and more swift and more sexy, all of which I think it's going to be important to help you guys do your business easier and recruit new folks. You should also expect for us to continue to try to be better, to be more honest, with the issues at hand and more authentic. Not that we're not dishonest, but we still want to continue to have those dialogues, even when people are frustrated or even when people are excited. We love compliments too, so bring those on as well. The team would love to hear some positives about the experience and the change. But we know we need to get better about communication. So the recent people change to help Janet just be in charge of answering the questions, get better organized on the hub, have the content refreshed. I call it organizing the closet, cleaning out the closet, and then organizing the closet. And so hopefully with her extreme skills, positive skills, we'll be able to get that done. So I think this year, my first year was a year of learning. I have to tell you, it was a little bit of a year of apologies. I want to move past that to performance and happiness and community and all the things that Juice Plus is known to be. So I hope that that is what you guys want from me and want from the team, and know that we are committed to you guys every day. We really do. And I'm not just saying this, wake up to make your life easier every day. So we love you guys. I'm sorry I am not there. I can't wait to actually, field live questions and see you guys. But thank you for your grace that you're giving me for me being able to make a commitment to my daughter and keep it, which is oftentimes even sometimes those things get pushed aside. So I'm very grateful. I hope you guys have an amazing meeting. You have an amazing team there, amazing leadership. So let's live a life of possibilities, Terry, right? Possibilities of what Juice Plus can be in your life and other people's lives. What do you want your possibility to be? And how can I and the Juice Plus team help you guys? So I hope you guys have a great time and be safe, be careful, be joyful. And it's time to let the world's best kept secret, which is Juice Plus, out into the sunshine. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great one. Bye.
Thank you, Kathy, for helping us get to see Stuart. And a little bit about me. Terry told me to be sure to share a little bit about me, which, is kind of funny to me, but just a little bit of my background is I spent 22 years as a business professor at a university. And I also did a lot of coaching and consulting work and had leadership groups and different things that I taught at the university were marketing management and leadership. But leadership is my first love, probably. I've been involved in leadership since I was in high school in different realms and different ways. And so why would as I call myself, a nerdy business professor who, had all kinds of things going on in the corporate world, why would I say yes to Juice Plus? I mean, seriously. And I'm not going to lie, I was very skeptical, very, very skeptical. I think the only reason probably I opened my mind to getting on the product is because my daughter had asthma and allergies for a year. She'd been really sick for almost a year. We just could not get her well. And so honestly, frankly, I think I was just desperate. I think we had tried everything else, every drug on the planet. And a mom I trusted said I ought to just check it out and see if it could help her. And that kind of started our journey with the product. But then when they circled back around, when people saw Maddie get better pretty quickly, I just tell people about what I like. That's just kind of how I am. I just naturally do that, like a good book or a good restaurant. It just comes up in conversation naturally. And I had sent about 10 customers to my then sponsor. And so she called me and she says, you're doing all the work and I'm getting credit. Are you sure you don't want to do this? And I honestly thought she was a pharmaceutical rep. I'm not even joking. I had zero idea that this was even something you could do and get credit for orders. I had no idea. But I was busy. I had a consulting firm at the time. I was doing market feasibility studies for companies. I was teaching online at the university. I had 2 young kids. One of them still pretty sick a lot, or was getting better, but we never knew when the next time she was going to get sick. It really was pretty often she would wake up with fever. I would say at least a 50-50 chance in almost any day, which was really hard for a while. I look back at that and I just cringe a little bit. So, but I thought I am a business person. And when she said, well, I'm getting paid for your work. And she reminded me that all you do, you don't have to deliver, you don't have to collect money. And that made sense to me. But really all I wanted to do was cover my costs because we were still on a pretty tight budget at the time. And so it just made economic sense to me. I really had no desire. And I even told her, I said, I am not going to go be traveling around speaking. I'm not hosting parties. I'm not going to whatever. I said no. And she was even trying to show me the compensation plan, the stair steps, but I was about to move literally. So while she was at my kitchen table and I kept trying to tell her, not interested, not interested. Well, just look at this real quick. So I stood up and started packing a box. I'm not even lying. I was so terrible. I was trying to be nice, but I was seriously, it was zero interest in doing anything more than covering my cost. But then, as Stuart mentioned, our community kicked in. And I realized there's some really cool people that I enjoy having time with. I recognized how fun it actually was to get to that level, which at the time for me, it was the QSC level, and getting a qualified business, pretty much get your paycheck to a place where you can get all the products for your whole family covered. And I was like, well, that really wasn't that big of a deal. I'm just kind of doing what I would do normally, tell people about it. And it kind of just went from there. And so now I'm PMD plus, which is just crazy to me that our team just achieved the top level in the company, which honestly, I just kind of smile. And I have been doing Juice Plus since 2001. So it's been a long journey. And there have been times when we grew, there's been times when we've kind of gone backwards. There's been times when I've kind of put it aside because something else in my life needed my attention. I mean, what other job on the planet lets you say, I need to take a few months off, but if you'll just save this spot for me right here and keep sending my paycheck, I'll be back later. I'll let you know when. I'm not even exactly sure when, but I'll let you know. Who else is going to let you do that, right? But I've watched it happen not only with myself, but with others. It truly is something you get to customize to you. You pick the pace, you pick how you want to do it. There's some great scaffolding. I like to call it scaffolding. There's great tools you can use, but you get to choose which one. Some people love social media. Some people love in-home parties. Jerry Moran is like the queen of knowing how to have an in-home event or an event with people. There's other people that are really great one-on-one. I actually prefer one-on-one, probably is my favorite thing, and taking people to experiences like conference and retreats and things like that. So what's so cool is that we're all different, but there's plenty of room for you to do it however you want to do. I love to tell our team members, this is a want to, not a have to, but we give them options. There's always an option for a bonus right around the corner. There's so many ways to earn bonuses now. There's even ways to re-qualify for bonuses. There's ways to help people get a little bit further down the road. Maybe they need an extra $500 a month, or maybe they have a vacation coming up they want to pay for, or maybe their kids are about to go to college, or maybe they need a different car, or maybe they want to pay extra on their house. So they just want options. Maybe there's this crisis, this refugee crisis in the Ukraine that we're all mindful of. Well, what if you had extra to send there? This really is something that I have seen for the last 21 years, that it gives me options. And if it's 10 extra bucks a month or 10,000 extra bucks a month, either way, it meets people where they are, what they can do, the time they have, the style they want to have it in. But ultimately, it's about the product for me. That product blessed our family. It made a huge difference. And remember, I said we had tried everything. And it was just treating the symptoms. She wasn't any better. In fact, if anything, it was even more medicine that she was taking than when it all started. And I'm just so grateful that we found a different answer, because it's not just the product and it's not just the community. I've gotten so much free education. Most of you know Terry Luongo, and we all know how much. I'm pretty sure. I'm not even going to ask for a set of hands because I already know the answer. All of us have reached out to Terry and say, okay, Terry, what about this? What about that? What about this food? I have this issue going on. Yes, Juice Plus, but what else? And she's constantly just this wealth of information about, well, if you cut out this and add this food, I think that could enhance even more of what you're experiencing for the good. Or, well, for some people who perhaps may have something going on, she knows all about it. And she can say, well, have you considered this? Or, hey, let me connect you to this person. So the network of people, the education. I know we had someone on our team at one point in time, her mom was suffering with cancer. And within 3 phone calls, we had her connected to a dietitian who specializes in working with cancer patients, and gave her a consult for free, just a second opinion, within days. And we all know how long you may have to wait to get into a doctor. And because of our community and our network and the education we've received, it's just priceless. So that's just a little bit about me. And I did see a quote yesterday that I think was very fitting for our team's run, that kind of got over the finish line for this promotion. And many of our team, it took every single order on our whole team. So it didn't matter if it was a complete order. It didn't matter if it was a reship. It didn't matter if it was an installment payment. It didn't matter if it was for Vineyard Chews or for minerals for the Tower Garden or a quad order. It didn't matter. Every single point, we needed every single point. And so that's what's so exciting, is every single point added up to us getting the promotion. And then because our team is so blessed, Steve and I just wanted to honor our team. And so the $10,000 bonus that we got we were able to turn around and give to Pure Hope Foundation. And so every single person on our team helped us give that money to Pure Hope. Everybody was part of that gift, which is just such a special thing. Where else do you get to do that, right? And so for me, here's the quote that I think I'm going to leave you with tonight. It just said, stop negotiating with yourself and just get it done. How often do we negotiate with ourselves? Like first thing in the morning, I'm starting, the negotiations begin, right? Do I hit the snooze button or do I get out of bed? Well, then you go to eat breakfast. The negotiations start again. Am I going to drink my shake or am I going to go for the donut? Well, then, mid-morning, you get a little hungry or whatever, or lunch, the negotiations start all over again. Am I going to snag the quick fast food or am I actually going to wait till I get home and grab something healthier? Okay, well, am I going to exercise today or not? Like today, I normally exercise in the morning. Well, today it was 4 o'clock before I got around to it. But by golly, I was I negotiated with myself all day long on when am I going to exercise, right? And so we do that. We use so much of our energy negotiating with ourselves. But what if we just decided, like Terry's famous quote, make a decision? And I think our team just decided. Now, granted, there are some timing issues there. It's not always just, well, I'm going to do it now. You have to be a little thoughtful about how it all fits. And we've gone for it before. It wasn't quite the right timing, but it worked out this time. But I think the decision this time was that I got a lot of no's. I had to go get lots of orders too. And so I probably I bet I texted 300 people in the course of 2 months. I spread it out. It wasn't all in one day or anything. So, I kind of paced myself. But I bet out of those 300 text messages, I got probably 50 no's, probably 200 ghosts. Has anybody else gotten ghosted when you text people? They just act like they're in the witness protection program and can't communicate. But I got about 50 people who engaged with me. Some reordered, some ordered more product, some said, I'm actually overstocked. Can you swap out product with me? I've been swapping out so much product with customers lately because they got overstocked and they had too many capsules, but if I could give them omegas and complete, they'd swap it out for me. So all kinds of creative things I did to re-engage people, to try to get them to work with me, try to help them feel less overwhelmed by things. I also just thanked a lot of the people I texted. I just sent the latest info sheets that are really pretty. I just said, I am so glad your family's getting this nourishment. I thought you might want to see these info sheets and the link to our clinical research. Good job choosing Juice Plus. I sent that to a ton of people on top of the 300 texts. And so I just engaged. And for me, the individual texts worked best for me. Some people love to do it on social media. Some people love to have parties at their homes. And our team did all of that. I mean, anything on the list, everybody did it in their own way. And everything was a want to, not a have to. It wasn't the right time for a lot of my team members to lean in and do more. And that was totally okay with me because I didn't have all my eggs in one basket, right? I wanted to give them space that they didn't have to feel pressure or feel heavy about it. But it also meant that I had to do a little bit more legwork to find the people that were ready. And so I just want to encourage you that just don't negotiate with yourself. Should I or shouldn't I? We know the product's awesome. And then decide if it's the right time. And it honestly may not be, and that's totally okay. But if you're in a business, at some point, it's going to have to be the right time, even if you don't feel like it. And so you just have to decide when that is for you. You also have to decide what you want. I have 3 minutes. I'll tell you one more quick question. There were 2 different significant times in the last 21 years. I pretty much had decided I wasn't going to do Juice Plus anymore. The first time was pretty early on. I'd gotten a string of no's. I'd had an event, nobody came, even though like 25 people looked me in the eye and said they were coming to my house. So I moved furniture, I got extra chairs delivered, and 2 people showed up. One was my sponsor and one was her friend and me. Nobody that I invited came. And so they calmed me down when I said, this is stupid. Why am I even doing this? This is so ridiculous. Why do people say they're coming and they're not? This is so crazy. Why didn't they just tell me, no, I'm not coming? I mean, what's the deal with that, right? And so she said, just contact them. They probably had life happen, or they may have been like me. I actually am the one that give me the catalog and I'll order, but please don't make me come to a party. I actually am that person. So maybe that explains why a bunch of people didn't come to my party. Anyway, I called them. They said, just reach back out to them. Just reach back out and see if they might still be game to order. That way, when you see them, it doesn't feel weird. Like you're not giving them the side eye, like going, you must hate me and, or think I'm crazy. And they're giving you the side eye going, oh, great. She hates me because I didn't show up. And just text them. So I texted them. I said, hey, no big deal. You couldn't come. We had great information was presented. It was, even though it was just to myself. And I said, hey, if you still want information, I'd love for you to order. We can still order if you're interested. more than half the people ordered. They just couldn't come to the party. It wasn't that they weren't interested. They just were busy. And so I got past that hurdle. And then later in life, I did have another thing in my life that had taken a lot of time. And I had kind of taken a sabbatical from Juice Plus. I had not logged into the virtual office in probably a year. And I was an NMD. It's really embarrassing to say this, but Terry and David were very patient with me. And when they called me, they said, Kathy, here's the deal. We don't want you to feel pressure to do Juice Plus, but we want to know, what do you want? We just want you to make an intentional decision. Don't just let it float away. And so I said, I'll be at my last, I called it my quit conference, because I always said I would always go to one more conference before I'd ever quit or decide not to do it anymore. And so I told them I'd come to that conference, and I really did go with skeptical glasses on. I wanted Juice Plus to remind me and prove to me why this needed my time and attention. And that was the conference where they introduced the bonuses for the first time and the Restart program. And I was in. And that very quickly after that, Nicole Fletcher came in and got NMD, QNMD. A little bit after that, Holly Morris came back on board and got more engaged. And then then 100 Club came after that. I mean, the craziest things happen when you make a decision. So I just want to leave you with that. Stop negotiating with yourself, make a decision, and then get into action. Nothing happens until you actually offer our product to people. You can't keep hoping that people are going to magically track you down. You have to ask. And I asked a lot of people. And I can tell you the one big difference between where I am at PMD Plus and where you may be in your journey is I've just probably had more people tell me no. I do the same things you do. I have a chicken list just like you do. I put myself out there and people think I'm crazy. I text people and I get ghosted, but I keep going. And I just want to encourage you to keep going too, because our product really does make a difference in people's lives. And you just never know what's right around the corner if you'll just hang in there and go for it. So that's all for me. So Kathy, I think that's all we have. We're right at 8 o'clock. So I want to honor your time in case you want to hop on another call or have other things you need to get to tonight. But thanks for coming tonight. We're really glad that you're part of our team. And I'll see a lot of you soon at conference in Waco. So take care.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Great job. Love you.
So fun. Love
Awesome.
you guys. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
Bye.